Hello viewers, our team has carefully selected these messages for your edification and transformation. Watch and stay blessed.
Yes, I asked for the price of spaghetti. Is that the most common? No, Indomie. Let's start with Indomie. What was the price of Indomie before? And what is it now? I know there are people here that Indomie is a major item on their table, so they should be able to give us an update on that matter. Yes? Who? It was 50 naira. 350 for one. Oh, you are not helping me. You are not helping me. Oh, it seems the pastors don't eat Indomie. That's what I'm saying. Yes, Pastor Tony, what's happening? What was the cost of Indomie before and what is the cost now?
The last time I went to get for my kids, I got a carton of Super Pack for 7,600.
No. You see, you are on another level. Okay. It's not. We are not talking of people that buy in cartons.
Okay.
In fact, you are not supposed to comment in this meeting. We are looking for people that buy one pack after pack. Those are the people that know the tension that is in the market. A pack, yeah, sister? Please equip her with a microphone.
Before Super Pack 1 was 200. As at today is 400.
So we have, they are saying that the shop you bought your own.
It's old stock.
The help of the Lord had already visited that. The help that the king is talking about, that God can help. God had helped that shop. That's why it's 400. Because it's 500 now.
A few days ago, it was 450.
It was 450.
I was at the shop last night. Somebody told me that the carton was 15,200. But at the shop, they said they supplied to the shop for 18,000. So we don't know what the retail price.
As unacademic as this first point is, we are going to believe it. If God does not help us. And indeed, I've looked at the figures. It's in the petroleum industry that my expertise gives me eyes to see. I've looked at the figures and I can tell you, if God does not help us, there is no help in sight. And it will interest you to know, we just came back from Cameroon. And we used OSAYI Airlines for the trip. OSAYI Airlines is domiciled in Togo. So when you take a flight from Abuja, they'll take you to Togo first. And then from Togo, you can go to any other destination of your choice. So we got to Togo, and Togo is not so far from here, as you know. And this meltdown, in fact, the currency of Togo, which is what's it called again? Safer. It has increased in value. The safer has climbed. For the first time in all these trips that we have made, the Naira is junior to the safer. It was an embarrassment. So what I'm saying is that this, our famine, does not affect Togo. Ben Haddad, the influence of Ben Haddad is not a regional thing. It's just Nigeria that has been besieged. Are you there? And then Cameroon is on the other side. Benin Republic is here, Togo is here, Cameroon is here. You know the map. So we went to Cameroon and everything was prospering. Everything, the economy was robust. The people were not even thinking about food because there was food everywhere. They were thinking about other things like witchcraft. One of the things that I'm going to compel us to do is to turn our face to the Lord and ask Him for an intervention. Because as I speak, it's obvious the king has no answer to this question. Is that clear? All right, so all kinds of things began to take place. Children are mothered by their parents, but it's no longer called mother, it's called eating. When there are dimensions of oppression that can come upon a people, things that are vices will now be given other names. It's now accommodated, it's now accepted. Even the justice system will be weak to provide judgment in such matters. Just like the king was weak to respond to. The woman hid her son and she did not travel. She hid her son and she was present. Because when the other one was reporting to the king, was pointing her that this woman, she didn't run away. But the justice system became weak in addressing crimes, in addressing, because of the intensity of the situation. And I came to the conclusion of the king, if God, please help me preach to your neighbor, if God does not help us, there is no help in sight. Now, so I know many of you intellectuals believe that this, my submission, is non-academic, and because of that, there's no deliverance in it. I will show you how to find deliverance. Because when we decide to turn to God, many things happen. Just like it became clear that only God could provide the answer. Meanwhile, the guys that are suffering from this economic situation are not, see, okay, imagine, you are in the city now, this woman that is crying and say, oh, King, help us. That woman that is crying has not seen Ben-Hadad. Ben-Hadad and his camp and his team are camped in a place that this widow, this woman, has not seen them. But they are the ones that are responsible for the death of her child that she delivered to be eaten yesterday so that they could eat her neighbor's child tomorrow. Can you see the human strategy for surviving the situation that they came up with? Cannibalism. So it means that this hunger was so bad that it had changed the configuration of the heart of the people. The people could now consider their children as meat for the table. I think something much more than a bad economy was responsible. Because even as the situation is in Nigeria now, people, it has not occurred to anybody that meanwhile, the selfish arrangements among parents, among mothers for survival was heavily rigged with manipulation itself. Because after they had had a sumptuous moment taking this woman's son, it was time for the other one, and then the finger of manipulation was found in the whole arrangement. The woman went to seek justice from the king. When the king heard the matter, I was expecting the king to judge. He became weak. He was so weak to even bring judgment if God does not help us. From whence can I provide the help? The helplessness of the king became obvious. So right now we are turning to God. Sometimes God can allow a famine so that men can turn to him again. Right? Sometimes God can allow it so that the hearts of men can turn. Because normally a lot of us will want to make do with our intelligence, and then a situation comes where your intelligence counts for nothing. An opportunity comes, therefore, for us to turn to the Lord our God.